I'm Chris McLaughlin, Risk Manager for C.H. Robinson. The Sanitary Transportation of Human and Animal Food Rule is part of the Food Safety Modernization Act that was recently passed by Congress and signed by the President into law. The rule, the act, FSMA as a whole, is focused on improving the safety of food in the supply chain. The Sanitary Transportation Rule, part of FSMA, is more focused on the transportation or the trucking aspect of the supply chain. The rule is being implemented to improve the safety of food while it's in transportation over the road by truck or by rail. The rule really impacts anybody that's involved in the transportation of food by truck or by rail. The rule specifically outlines the parties involved as shippers, loaders, receivers, and carriers. Carriers being by truck or by rail. The rule further defines property brokers, which is the role C.H. Robinson plays in the supply chain, as shippers. Carriers under the rule are really going to be required for, first and foremost, having written policies and procedures around how they're going to handle the instructions given to them by their shippers. Additionally, carriers are going to need to train their employees on general sanitary practices and, of course, the processes and procedures that they've created and developed. Specifically under the rule, covered commodities are going to be anything that's considered open to the air or open to its environment. So a good example of that is going to be produce in open bins, apples in crates, bulk loaded potatoes. Again, any product that is open to its environment and can be accessed directly. Additionally, there's going to be a requirement on any product that is temperature controlled for safety. The rule goes a long way to differentiate temperature requirements for those that are just quality only versus those that are for safety. Typical products that have a temp control for safety would be any processed protein. So think fresh chicken, fresh beef, unpasteurized beverages, products similar to that. Conversely, a product that is temperature for quality is going to be a lot of your fresh produce items. So while a fresh produce item might be subject to the sanitary conditions because it's open to the air, because most produce is temp controlled for quality, not safety, it would not be subject to the temp control requirements under the rulemaking. So under the rulemaking, the FDA did lay out a staggered period of time for businesses to roll out their compliance with the rule. It starts April of 2017 with large shippers and carriers, and then April of 2018 is going to be your mid-sized shippers and carriers, with small carriers and small businesses being exempt from the rule. However, we are seeing most shippers, most people within this space are expecting compliance by that April of 2017 date, so Robinson is following suit with that. But again, we feel that this is a reflection of current best practices in the industry, so we don't feel it's going to be that impactful to capacity when we talk about the implementation. We do not expect the requirements to be any significant change to the industry. Again, the FDA, in their rollout of the rule, made a very clear point that they do not see a lot of material change that needs to happen relative to safety of food in transit in the United States. They look at this as really a restatement of current best practices in the industry. So Robinson, as a leader within this field for a long period of time, we do not feel that it is going to impact our business dramatically. Shippers should really be thinking about their supply chains and the products that they're shipping, the products they're offering to their motor carriers, and try and define and understand if the rule is applicable to their product, and if they haven't yet communicated to their carriers what their hauling standards are for that product, that they're starting to develop them, and they are getting those procedures and those expectations in writing and defined out to their motor carriers to ensure that compliance. But again, we found that most shippers have already done that with their suppliers, so we don't feel it's going to be that impactful, and again, most people should have already done this as part of current best practices. C.H. Robinson customers and contract carriers should be reaching out to their individual reps to talk through the rules, the expectations. We spent a long time getting our employees up to speed through internal trainings on the rule, how we're implementing it, what the rule means to them, and again, their customers and contract carriers.